I just mean you're not isolated from.
Well, then we were in our own.
Other normals.
Yeah, that is a barrier I find sometimes too, when you try and tell prospective players that, you know, yeah, when you're in this area, you're fine, but don't, if you wander the hallways, people are going to ask you what you're doing, right? And some people, like, I don't know, not me personally, because I do stage and I used to do cosplay for Animathon years back and stuff like that. Some people, that's a real turnoff because they either work for the government or, you know, they're prudes or whatever, right?
They have really big rooms, but if you decide to get like 2 different rooms in the same hall, then the in-between space is like totally.
Their new site is it's very much rooms, so you don't see the public.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
and yeah, they would actually let us down into their member-only area to order food as well when they were still at their Kingsway location.
One thing I was just thinking of with the summer camps, a lot of them rent per person, and it can get really expensive. These 2 are per day. Yeah, a lot of them it's about $20 per person per day. That's a pretty average rate. But there's minimums, of course.
So when dealing with that, like I'm not really as much up on renting for an entire weekend like you guys would do now, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you guys generally would charge, if it's a per person rate, charge people per person plus a little extra just to offset like for the future rentals and stuff like that.
Well, Underworld is a for-profit.
Yeah.
So they charge for profit.
Okay.
But Albion is going to be, the rate is literally going to be the site and the insurance divided by however many people there are.
Okay. So as you guys are organizing and stuff like that, how do you like plan for future events then by just offering it? Are you guys going to have to, because like coming from my own experience, right? Like I have to, you know, book for that event plus future events and any other props or anything like that I might have to purchase to set the scene, right?
Right. Well, Paul's going to talk about Albion later, but it comes down to building a community, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well.
Sure.
Insurance. 3 important reasons to have insurance. Most sites require you to have it to protect yourself and peace of mind for your players. The types of insurance that I've come across for LARP are commercial liability insurance. You'll have to own a company to purchase this type of insurance. All events will be covered under one affordable policy. It can be hard to get insurance for a LARP through most brokers. The way I found it is I had a lot of trouble finding insurance, especially affordable insurance. So I thought, let's look for high-risk activities. They obviously get their insurance somewhere. So I started looking for people that would insure rodeos. And that's how I came across Capri Insurance. For Underworld, $600 for a year. Underworld has, I think, at least one event every month, so that's quite affordable.
And, sorry, is that for $1 million coverage?
$2 million coverage, yeah. And then there's special event insurance. It's per event insurance. It can be purchased by an individual, but it's more expensive than commercial liability. Does anyone else have anything any questions or anything?
There's, for me, like I've been running just theater and large. I haven't really had insurance for the most part. Most places, there's a lot of places in Edmonton that go, $20, we can insure you for $2 million, and we take it.
The thing is, though, there are some sites where you need it,
yes.
like the art gallery,
and I have noticed a trend where more companies are wanting it.
Well, that's also because there's a lot more prevalence for using special events now in Edmonton too. As the city becomes more metro, right? Like, like you know, 10 years ago, the city wasn't quite as metropolitan as it is now. So we're seeing more of these murder mystery events, more of these, you know, theater LARPs, live action role play, whatever you want to call it, and they're picking up on that, and they're realizing that we might have somebody running through our hallways wielding a foam battle axe. We should probably ask.
Yes, The other thing I found with insurance was that if you put in your initial pitch, we're an interactive theater event similar to a film shoot, we carry $2 million liability insurance, all of a sudden doors started to open. Because they're like, oh, you're a credible person, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, because you have insurance, you must be credible.
Yeah.
So that helped as well.
You may want to keep looking around for insurance people. When we had LARPs running, our insurance covered, I believe it was actually $2 million as well, and we were paying about $200 a year.
Okay.
On the other hand, we got that insurance like when? Like a long time ago.
From what I've heard, most LARPs pay quite high than that.
We were actually a registered nonprofit with the province.
Right. LARP props. LARP props do not have to cost a lot of money. I found that players will willingly donate their time and money to help better the game. Both of the LARPs I ran had high standards for NPC costuming and props. Albion appeals to the community for help with creating props when they are in need. Some LARPs offer in-game incentives in exchange for donations. So here's some of the local resources you guys might even be able to add to this list. Carrie's Costumes in St. Albert, did costumes, makeup, prosthetics, same with Theater Garage in downtown Edmonton. Supply Sergeant sells latex weapons. Medieval Market, that's me. I sell pretty much anything you might need. Using makeup and special effects students, we've done that a few times. You can get some great effects from them. And of course, Halloween sales. In the week after Halloween, you can get up to 80% off. So that's a great time to shop. Is there any other resources locally that anyone might know of?
Not necessarily locally, but I do know if you hit up like the few medieval fairs that happen around the province, they're, like, I know that you go to the fair in Brooks because I know people from that even, so.
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm at most of those, yeah.
Depending on what you want, there's stores and flea markets.
For sure, yeah. You can find lots of cool stuff.
Yeah,
There's stores, yeah.
a lot of people find stuff I know at where they sell those secondhand Value Village.
Yeah, for sure.
And just keeping your eyes open and being creative, you can get a heck of a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, Albion, you know, we're going to be super high standard, but I really truly don't expect that it'll cost a lot of money. A lot of people are scared away by the high standard of costume, but definitely from what I've seen, you know, the community will come together and help each other get those quality of costuming.
So would you project like costume costs for someone who's really new to high standard, high quality costuming webs for, say, you know, someone who's going to be really wearing chainmail, wielding a forged weapon? That's sort of like a affluent individual.
Right, it depends on the LARP and what you want. But if you know someone like Professor Paul Beach here, he loves to help people make stuff. You know, I could say you could probably get a full costume for $40 for materials.
When you start getting into the armor, though, it
When you
starts
get
to
into armor,
get
If you want the metal armor, yeah, talk to me. But I sell chainmail. I have a full suit of armor under $250. Full plate armor.
You can make your own chainmail pretty easy too.
Yeah.
It's very
It's not very easy at all.
It's easy, it's just time consuming.
I know the other thing that a lot of these sorts of props are, they're not one-time expenses. You'll get them for one event and then you'll say, oh, I can have this evil warlock king wear this outfit again, or I mean, especially for the generic armor stuff. You'll wear it again and again and again.
And the resale value is about the same as what you purchase. Like, so if you want to sell one of your buddies and whatever.
So if you're trying to buy it, there may be a big capital outlay when you buy it the first time, but oftentimes, especially if you've got an ongoing kind of enterprise, you can amortize it over a much longer period.
Definitely.
I think with the immersion, if you compare it to the reenactors, that's 10 or 15 years of putting together an outfit. They don't start as the knight in full plate. They're like, I'm a peasant because that's all I could make. You know?
It fits into the narrative too, because you can, for I would say about $80, get an outfit about this good, which is your basic level anyway. And then as you play your character, you start adding armor. You get a better sword. You get a better
Greaves and
shield.
bracers.
And as you go through,
$40,
so
yeah.
these noobs show up the first day, they got like, you know, basic pants, shoes, and a tunic. That's
It's a lot cheaper
But
these
that's
days.
actually something that could be taken into account in the budgeting, because sometimes you'll want to put on an event and have a prize that somebody will walk away with.
Definitely,
And
yeah.
that is a one-time expense
Yeah.
for
Definitely.
that event.
We definitely have done that a lot.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about right now. Yeah, other expenses. So that's
Yeah,
what we
I
could add to the list for sure.